Hello viewers, I'm Simon Preston and this is Reggae Boyz commentary. As you can see by the title of this video, Jamaica has lost to Haiti at the National Stadium 2-0. Goals coming in, both goals coming in the second half of this encounter for the Haitians. This is Jamaica's first loss against the Haitians in Jamaica since 1984. And guess what? It's also Jamaica's first loss against the Haitians since 1984. So there you go. Since 1997 onwards, Jamaica has won 9 of their 11 matches against the Haitians. But tonight, it's history. Well, who would have thought that at the end of the campaign that would end up with 4 points and at the foot of the table? Not me. I was saying 10 points, 11 points. I thought 11 points was enough to get into the next round, but I don't think we calculated the campaign quite well. We didn't win a single home game during the qualifiers as well. Our last home victory in the World Cup qualifiers came against Antigua and Barbuda in 2012. We beat them 4-1 on that occasion. And we lost to a Caribbean team tonight, and we're going to play Caribbean Cup next month against Guyana and Suriname, who are no pushovers like Haiti. Do we want to go to the Gold Cup? What is the next step for Jamaica's football? Before we answer all of those questions, let's just have a look at some of the match statistics. Jamaica had 14 shots on goal, the Haitians had 11. Jamaica steal the ball 24 times, and the Haitians steal it 19 times. Jamaica committed 14 fouls, the Haitians committed 15 fouls. Jamaica had 53% possession, the Haitians 47% possession. 3 corners to the Jamaicans, 2 to the Haitians. 297 passes for the Jamaicans, 261 for the Haitians. Passing accuracy, the 80s for Jamaica, 87% pass accuracy for Jamaica. It was in the 90s against Panama, so we'll let ourselves down this evening. The Haitians, 90%. Fewer incorrect passes than Jamaica. At the back, there were some questions. Not doubting the ability of our centre halves, because I do believe in their ability. I just think there's a lapse in concentration here and there. There was an occasion where Wes Morgan had raised his hand, calling for offside, but I think he should have defended the shot before raising his hand. You know, let the referees make decisions. You know, they're the ones on the arbitration for the sport on the pitch itself. So let them make the decision, and if it is going to be offside, it'll be called offside. So just focus on what you have to do. That's what I say where that is concerned. Quite interesting. Before I continue with what I have to say, I'm checking to see if there are some comments left by you, the viewers, and I'll get into that and then finish up on what I have to say. So just looking at that quickly. I haven't seen any as yet. All right. Gaurav Lakwani said, at least you guys tried. Did we try? I don't think we gave 100% per game. Cooley 2 Foot says, finish at the bottom of the table. Only 2 goals in 6 games is a joke. It is a joke, isn't it? We should be winning all our home games in CONCACAF. Devonic McDonald, OMG. Yep. Richard Kamika, it does not matter the stats of the game. The only thing that matters is the goals. That is true, but chances created leads to goals. You can't score a goal without creating a chance. Cooler 2 Foot says, yes, but still good to know the stats. Goals don't always tell how the games went. Very true. Richard Kamika, total disgrace to the country. Every day we used to cuss Tapa, say him dunce, but he did a lot better than this current group. Did Tapa do better than Coach Schaefer? In terms of results, yes, we see that now. But I've seen an improvement in Jamaica's football under Coach Schaefer. In terms of our approach, as I've stressed on so many occasions, the amount of chances we've created per match. We've created 5 chances per game since Coach Schaefer has taken over as head coach of Jamaica in 2013. We saw the Caribbean Cup, how ruthless we were in front of goal. 2015 at the Gold Cup, we looked quite well as well. The 2 Copa America tournaments. To me, I think there was a bit of nerves here and there from the players. Quite unfortunate. So where do we go from here? The comments are still coming in. First, let me say to Omar, the people, I kindly ask you to watch your language going forward on this channel. It's a G-rated channel. Thank you very much. Richard Kamika, there is no way a team with the quality of Jamaica, we should be doing better. Yeah, we should be doing a lot better. A whole lot better. You look at the core, the caliber of players that are available to us. You look at what we have in store for us. There's no way why we shouldn't be in the final round. Sometimes you just want to pull your hair out, don't you? Sometimes about certain performances we've seen from our national team. Omar, the people, don't worry about that. Everything is all good. Cooley 2 foot Gold Cup final seemed to be our peak, then going straight downhill. Well, you know what I'd say about that? I feel that after the Gold Cup, yes, we had exuded a lot of confidence in us, but I do think that the players took the oppositions in CONCACAF quite lightly, and I stressed the importance of how tough this group was, especially against Panama, our bogey team in the region, and that we're going to play them twice, and we did not pick up a single point against Panama. If you want to advance from this group, you needed to pick up 4 points from Panama. That was the minimum. 3, maybe. If you win your home game, you lose your away game, I guess you can work with that. But 4 is what we want from Panama. Everybody has their bogey team in CONCACAF. You just have to accept that. It's very tough getting for Jamaica to get a result against Panama. Other teams have Panama as a beating stick, but not us. And that's similarly for other teams across the Caribbean as well. Like Trinidad finds it difficult to get past a Grenada, for an example. But we get past Grenada on certain occasions. So you look around CONCACAF, the different teams. Honduras finds it difficult to get some results as well in the region. We saw them lose to French Guyana last year. So CONCACAF is funny. We needed to have taken points from Panama. We need to have taken points. So I think that let us down. Can you imagine if we had at least drawn our home game against Panama, right? Would have been on 5 points tonight, and Panama would have been on 8 points. So even though fate wouldn't have been in our hands, we'd still have a mathematical chance tonight. Beating Haiti and Costa Rica getting a result. So we've let ourselves down. So if I was to evaluate this campaign out of 10, including the Nicaragua games, nothing more than a 4 out of 10. Nothing more than a 4 out of 10. Yeah, Richard has raised another important point there. Carlos Garcia was our video analysis. It's a role that I desperately want with the national team as well. I think here in football, we need to know our priorities, what is important versus not statistics and analysis. That is how you get to know your opponents very well. That's what you want to know, what is right. And I feel that it's an area that is important in football. You look at the 2014 World Cup that took place in Brazil. 31 of the 32 teams carried video analysts. And the only team that didn't was Cameroon. And where did they finish? Dead last in the World Cup. The sport is improving. Things are changing. This is a critical element. So if we approach these games like if we have the same approach for the Caribbean Cup, can kiss the Gold Cup goodbye. Simple as that. I'll read a few more comments before signing out for this evening. Omar, the people, what do you think Jamaica seriously needs? Motivation, new players, new staff, etc. It's quite a broad question. Very broad. Better players, of course. Although I do think the core players of this squad still has something to offer to Jamaica. We need better fields for our local players. I think the Red Stripe Premier League in Jamaica is a good product. But as far as the quality of football is concerned, there still needs to be some improvement. Coaching, facilities, training initiatives, those are key areas. Overseas players, I believe that we need to acquire passports of players before going into a World Cup qualifying campaign. I would be happy with this sort of approach, right? We go to a Rabel Morrison and say, Rabel Morrison, you have the ability to help Jamaica in World Cup qualifiers, and we would like for you to get a Jamaican passport. We may not call him up right away, but he has the frame of mind that an international call is on the way. He doesn't know when, but he has to keep working hard. He has to keep working hard for it. Devonic McDonald, they will fire Winnie because of his behavior. I don't know. Let's see what the Press Association of Jamaica has to say. If there's a punishment, if there's a fine. Television Jamaica, RGR Communications Group, the head of it, Gary Allen, was quite shocked about what Coach Schaefer did, but let's see. Cooley Two Foots, need to take a look at the academies more. We need academies full stop. Hastings Golgo, the GFF is where the problem lies. They need some serious shaking up. I think you have a comment right there that is the view of all Jamaicans worldwide. Roger Kamiko, it starts at the top. Burrell needs some competition. He's obviously behind time. It's Mr. Powell from MBU. Orville Powell. I'm not too sure about him being the head of the GFF. Although he has the resources, there's still some question marks over his leadership ability. Let's see. Let's see. What's in the dark will come to the light. So all we have to do right now is just be very patient. Be patient, and you'll see. Everything will fall into place in time. Omari says, first thing Jamaica needs to keep their best homegrown players and stop making them leaving so easily. You know, we live in a mixed economy in Jamaica. I think politics is such a difficult thing. I don't understand why certain football administrators, not necessarily JFF I'm talking football administrators in general, can't get along with certain individuals. We've seen what has happened with other players deciding to represent countries overseas, except representing Jamaica. I saw a picture on Facebook of former Jamaican international Justin McMasters in a United States training shirt. Do you know how much that hurt me? Do you know how much that hurt me? When I was in sixth form in high school, Justin McMasters was in first form and playing with the under-19 teams. I trained with him. I gave him as much advice I could, and I knew he was on to international success. And to see him in an international shirt of not the country of his birth, but the Americans, it hurts me. Because I know with the ability he has the ability to make the national team for the United States in less than 5 years. It just really hurts. It really hurts. What is next for Jamaica? Well, everyone knows it's the Caribbean Cup. We have Guyana and Suriname ahead. As you've heard from on Reggae Boyz, on the Caribbean Football Weekly podcast with my co-presenter Santoki Nagalundran of Guyanese descent, Guyana is no pushover. They're a rising force in the region, and you can guarantee this from me. I watch Caribbean football just like Nathan Carr does as well. Majority of Jamaicans doesn't even care about Caribbean football, but guess what? We all need to do so. We are in the Caribbean. We need to know about what's happening around us. And Guyana and Suriname are hungry for a spot to go to the Gold Cup. So we cannot have that same mental attitude like we have had throughout this campaign. If we want to go to the Gold Cup, we need our best players and we need to get the results. If we can't get past Guyana and Suriname, then we don't even deserve to go to the Gold Cup. And you know what that means? More inactivity, because the Gold Cup is 2017 and we have to wait much more years of inactivity of football, and then we drop down in the FIFA ranking again, and when the next qualifying campaign comes around and Jamaica is seeded not in the top 6 in CONCACAF, we're put into the group of death again, and it's going to be a cycle over and over and over and over again. It's like it's hard to explain. You're doing a cycle, and let's say you're in a roundabout. It's like Jamaica. We're in a roundabout and we haven't made the turn yet. We can't be in that roundabout for a long time. It's time to make that turn. It's as simple as that. So let's look ahead. Jamaica's in the 3rd round of the Caribbean Cup. If Jamaica gets past Guyana and Suriname and finishes at the top of that group, will advance to the semi-finals of the Caribbean Cup. What that means is that Jamaica will qualify for the 2017 CONCACAF Gold Cup, which will take place in the United States in June, July. As far as the next Copa America is concerned, we're not sure if they're going to have same sort of unity and egalitarian state where we saw this year, like a centenario sort of format. We're not sure. Will we get invited again? We don't know. We'll have to see what CONMEBOL has in store. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. For this point in time, let me just say to all the viewers as well, regardless of Jamaica being out of the World Cup qualifiers, there's still stuff happening around our national team. There's still football happenings in our country, and there's still football happenings around the Caribbean. So continue to stay subscribed. Continue to share with people to subscribe as I continue to give more content about our national team and what is happening around the region. Please, I'm asking you kindly for this. I'm close to 500 subscribers, so please help me to continue as I push for 1,000 before the end of the year. I'll be still doing videos Monday to Friday, Saturday and Sunday. If there's a big event happening, then I'll do videos. But Monday to Friday, you can look out for Reggae Boyz commentary videos. All right. A few more comments before I say adieu to everyone. Cooley 2 Foots, we're about to make a huge drop in the rankings. Yep, how big of a drop is the question. Ricardo Sinclair says we're trash. Interesting. Richard Kamika, we're going to have a selection disaster next month for these 2 games. I won't hold my breath. Well, it's a FIFA date, so all our international players are available, and our English-based players have even stated that they want to participate in this tournament. Nicholas Smith, I think our players peaked at the Gold Cup when we went to the finals. Interesting. Nicholas Smith is on the table. Heartbroken. I think I'm a Brazilian. Too much. I love this game. Well, so 2018 World Cup in Russia will not have Jamaica as one of the 32 teams. Who is your team to win the World Cup? I'm Simon Preston. This is Reggae Boyz commentary. And everyone knows my team already. Jamaica. Yeah, but I'm not sure if I've shared this or not, but England is my international team as well. I believe supporting teams of your heritage, your roots. So Jamaica and England are my two international teams for life. All right, everyone. Have a good night. And stay tuned for more content. Monday to Friday. Continue to share with your friends to stay subscribed as well, and to share with others as well to subscribe to this channel. I'll do my best to continue. Don't think of it as there'll be inactivity, because there's always something to talk about, something to discuss, something new in football. I know I started this channel in March of this year, but I believe I've made some huge strides, I would think. Mr. McDonald, thank you very much, much appreciated. Because it was just March I started the channel, so we talk about April, May, June, July, August, September. 6 months and close to 500 subscribers. Not bad, not bad, I would say. So I think I've made some strides where that is concerned. So quite interesting. Definitely want to take it professional. So if you guys know some sponsors, then you let me know. Much appreciated. All right. You can always email me, reggaeboyscommentary@gmail.com. You can tweet me, SimyP93. Snapchat as well, Simon.Preston93. You have loads of ways to get in touch with me. So feel free to do so. Let me know about the sponsors, whoever may be interesting, because this is the first and only channel on YouTube dedicated solely to the Jamaican national team and football in the island. Something I always wanted to do. I'm thankful to do it. Take care and stay tuned for more content. Take it easy.